2019 was an amazing year for Chandos, and we were set up to have significant growth. And then it happened out of nowhere. No matter what planning we had, we were not prepared for COVID.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Overnight, the very fabric of our organization was changed. What makes us successful, and as successful as we have been, is our collaborative nature and our collaborative culture. We will adapt, and it may not be the same as it was 3 months ago, but it does not need to be completely different. And I talked to my wife and said, I got to get back out there. And she understood. So what did I do? I bought an RV, and I decided that since school is virtual for my kids, we are going to travel together. So ideally, we want, through this adventure, we want to try and show the entire organization how amazing what we do is, how spread across the country we are, what each district looks like, what the people from our teams look like, what the people from our sub-trades look like. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and reconnect in one simple way to help us all know that we're not alone, that we are Chandos. So tomorrow morning, we'll start today fresh. We'll be going into the Red Deer office to meet with that fantastic team. Mr. Towers, how are you doing this morning?
Excellent, how are you?
Good. So what's the plan today? What do we got on the schedule?
We're gonna drive a block and a half to the office, and then it's meeting time, I think. Should be a good day, and then out to site this afternoon.
How has the office been handling the whole COVID thing?
You know what, for the most part, pretty good. Everybody's got a bit of a different story. Most people have managed the work from home, but they're also excited to get back once we get through the transition here.
Hi team, welcome to Red Deer. Join me inside. What was your goal when you started this district?
Complex and simple all at the same time. We wanted to be the biggest contractor and the contractor of choice for Red Deer, and we think we've done that. It's been fantastic.
My name is Leah James. I'm project coordinator with Chandos. I'm an electrician, and I've done a couple projects as an electrician on Chandos projects. My big one that I'm on is the Kamloops IPD, the Canada Games Aquatic Centre. That one I'm on full time, but there's still a couple projects that I'm helping close out that were SSG projects here in Red Deer.
Is that your first IPD project?
It is my first IPD project, yeah. I absolutely love it. I'm a huge, anybody I can tell about IPD, I do. To just have that collaboration between the architects and engineers and the actual contractors and everybody working together. It's a new, awesome way to look at construction. I am most proud to be part of the Chandos team. Just the encouragement and the growth and potential for growth that there is within this company, especially as a female. I have not had any pushback or anything like that. It's been nothing but encouragement from everybody and support as well. We're just one giant network that's there to help each other and support each other and encourage each other.
My name is Eric Nickerson, superintendent here at the Piper Creek project. It's a 90-suite senior living facility for Bridges Community Living here in Red Deer. It's a $22.8 million job. It's one of the larger ones in Red Deer at the moment. It's an 18-month schedule to build it. We're hoping to improve on that with some advances we made with some precast changes and additions and eliminating brickwork, blockwork through the site. We were very fortunate to have access to a parking lot on the east side of the project that we were able to gravel out last year, which allowed us to take advantage of 3 months of prefab, essentially. While we were doing foundation work on 3 of the phases, we were essentially building the building on the ground and stacking it up. And then once December 1st hit, so it's 2.5 months of prefab, December 1 hit, we were standing walls on the first phase, and within 3 weeks we were up to the rafter stage and then on to the second phase right away. It's sequenced perfectly with the Lego pieces being pre-built. The biggest advantage so far, I'd say, would be the time we've managed with our schedule and how we sequence the project. Just the team atmosphere here that has made it fun to come to work, even through the COVID.
I'm the general foreman on this project, so I'm doing a lot of the QA/QC throughout the building, hand in hand with Eric Nickerson on it, and trying to keep trades going, keep everything rolling the way it has been. My passion for construction started when I was pretty young, working with my grandpa in his wood shop, and just throughout the years I've loved building things. Leadership to me is someone who can inspire others to do great work. It's everywhere you go on site, really. It starts with the formwork guys working together along with the excavation companies. They just want to do work together to get it done. The schedule is huge, so it feels really good. You see all the architects' reports saying everything's proceeding ahead of expectations. It's just a huge boost for morale on site.
Here we are in Killam, Alberta, where we are doing an extended care project through our Red Deer district. So I'm gonna just get an interview of Jason real quickly while he's putting on his safety gear. Jason, can you share with us why this project has a special place within your own heart?
This is one of those projects that's really hit home for me personally. I grew up 20 minutes down the road in a little town called Alliance. I was actually born in this hospital a while back now, obviously, but so it was really exciting when we were awarded the project and able to come out here and become ingrained in the community.
The project I'm working on here in Killam is a assisted living senior center. So there was 2 phases to this project. Phase 1 was an addition, about 20,000 square feet, and phase 2, which we're currently working on, is the renovation portion, which is about 20,000 square feet as well. What I like most about being a superintendent, I like the ever-changing projects, I guess, you build on. I like to be able to drive by buildings and show my children this is a place that Dad built with a team of individuals. Like to leave a lasting impact in the community. So collaboration for me on this project in particular, I was brought out here on the phase 2 portion, and it kind of seemed a little hectic at first when I got here, but was able to get the team buy-in with all of our trade partners and help build the culture on site where they know that they can always rely on each other. They can rely on us. If I could share what it would take to be a superintendent, it's a lot of hard work, it's dedication, you have to be a leader. It's not an easy career, but it's definitely a rewarding career.
So what it actually means to me, the word leadership, would probably just be the most reliable person in the room. A recent example of leadership has just been, with this project, the amount of work that Rob has put forward to regain the trust of all the trades and to regain their trust in our system. That's helped us accelerate the schedule and to gain back the trust of the customer. One Chandos to me means that if you have a situation that you haven't had experience with before, someone else in the company has. And that openness without any silos to kind of hold you into one district would allow you to reach out to someone in a completely different district if you know that they've had that experience, and it could save you weeks or months off of your schedule if you know how to handle that situation properly. And you don't have to go through the failings multiple times to figure things out.
So obviously with COVID, there was a lot of challenges to be able to get into the existing facility and do some work while the residents are there. When we did do that work, typically when you're working in a healthcare facility, any dust is bad dust. With the help of our yard in Calgary coming up with this tool for us to use, we shared it with the staff of Covenant Health, and they liked it so much that the facilities manager has now purchased 3 of them to use at other facilities that they work with.
Hi team, Sean here again. The trip's been really good. So far we've hit 2 sites. I think what I really appreciate is just being able to have a chat with the field site leaders on their own turf. We are in Hardisty, Alberta at Gibson's Control Center. Very early stages of the project that I can see. It looks like the foundation is close to finishing up. I'm here again with Jason Towers to visit the team and see how the project's going. Come on and join me.
So the project I'm working on is Gibbons Energy's new primary control center that'll run a lot of their operations up in Alberta here. So it'll be it's a 11,000 square foot basically computer shop, and they'll use it to run all of their facilities. Be fairly technical, fairly high end when they're done. Probably towards the end, when the computer flooring goes in, there's special raised computer flooring for all of their equipment to sit on, making sure that goes in properly, and making sure all the desks and computers and everything get put in, and just see how it kind of all ties together and creates one big monster system.
What does ingenuity mean to you?
Ingenuity would be thinking outside the box. We live in an industry, we live in a world where there's a lot of solutions. Everybody has a solution, but a lot of these solutions are based on the same principles all the time. So it's kind of nice when somebody thinks outside that box and says, hey, why don't we try this path instead?
So the term one Chandos to me means that no one of us is any smarter than all of us, that we are in it together and that we support one another, we help one another, and we all work towards a common goal that's a common goal for all of us.
Tomorrow we start in the Edmonton office. Should be a great day. Meeting with quite a few team members, attending a lot of meetings, signing off for the night, and getting ready for a new week in a new district.